Today we're reading some more terrifying Reddit stories and I hope you guys are excited. In the background today we have, I think, my personal favorite Minecraft animal, the camel. They're so beautiful. They're so relaxed and cool, and I feel like we need that sort of vibe for our episodes. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe if you want to. And let's get straight into it. Enjoy, guys. Am I the a-hole for deciding not to use my favorite girl name for my daughter, like I always wanted because my husband's sister decided to use it for hers? My husband and I, 30 male and female, welcomed our second baby into the world a few weeks ago. Congratulations, OP. We had originally planned to give her a name that I've adored since childhood, but then my husband's sister had a baby girl and she decided to give her daughter this name. It came from nowhere because she always preferred timeless names like Elizabeth and Emily and Emma and Catherine and so on. The name that she ended up going for, and my favorite girl name, is Serafina. A lot of people knew that it was my favorite, and it was our girl name. When I was expecting our son, we had mentioned that it would be our girl name. Even before having kids, friends and family knew that was the name that I adored, but I was never fond of family members sharing the first name. I know it happens, I know it's not the end of the world, nobody owns a name. I also know that in some families it is super common for relatives to have the same first name, but I personally don't love it. So after sister-in-law had her baby, we came up with another name for our daughter. Wait, hold on a second. Your sister-in-law genuinely named her child Serafina, and what, they're acting like it's a coincidence, are they? Oh yeah, I just came up with this name that's super uncommon. Yeah, right. My in-laws had been surprised when sister-in-law had her daughter and announced the name. Most people had expected her daughter to be Emily because she talked about that name a lot. Serafina came from nowhere with her. When we announced our daughter's name, the actual name after she was born, we did get asked why we had chosen not to use the name Serafina, and my husband told them that we decided to go with something else during the pregnancy because we felt that it'd be for the best. No specific reason given, at least not that he brought up around me, but his mum and his other sister and one of his brothers did make comments to sister-in-law about it being her fault. They said that it was pretty clear that our change came because she used the name that we intended to use. Sister-in-law ended up fighting with her mum because it was super clear that I was never sister-in-law's favorite person, and she accused her of doing it spitefully. This has now come back around to me because sister-in-law has now come for me, saying that I should have used the name too. I shouldn't have let her get blamed for stealing a name when nobody can steal a name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you stole the name. I told her that I never accused her of anything like that. She told me I didn't need to because the name Serafina was something everybody knew for years that I loved, and then all of a sudden I finally have a girl and use a different name. Yeah, because you used the name. How is that OP's fault? And it happens just after she also decides to use the name for her daughter. I told her that we're entitled to change our minds, just like she is. I also told her I don't have to answer to her. She told me that I created drama for no reason. What? You created the drama, sister-in-law, and there's no way the change idea came from her brother, that it was clearly me who got butthurt over it. She told me to get over it, and there could have been two Serafinas. She also accidentally admitted that she had been waiting for me to confront her on the name. She caught herself before finishing and just went on about how I'd changed the name to stir crap and make her family turn on her. She also accused me of using the girls as pawns in this whole thing. Am I the a-hole? No, oh my god. This is your fault, sister-in-law, not OP's fault. How infuriating. And the goal of her to say that you somehow did this to stir drama? You didn't do anything, OP. And what's the sister-in-law even talking about? The sister-in-law can't honestly say that she came up with the idea of calling her daughter Serafina on her own. Of course she didn't. Like OP said, that's completely different to the sort of names that she was always interested in. And it's the exact super specific name that OP liked. That's not an accident. And you didn't do anything, OP. You were trying not to cause drama. Yeah, the top comment, she chose the name to stir crap. Not that she's owed an explanation, but choosing a different name because you don't want two cousins with the exact same name is perfectly reasonable. It was a transparent stunt that everybody saw right through. She messed around and found out. Not the a-hole, not the a-hole, not the a-hole. Yeah, you haven't done anything, OP. And how immature is the sister-in-law? Oh my god. Oh, you're doing this to cause drama when that's exactly what they did. Yeah, this comment is so spot on. Sister-in-law, how dare you? You didn't take the bait I laid for you and making the wolves come for me instead. I want to make you the bad guy. Now everybody knows and they're calling me a crappy human. You're trying to make OP out to be the bad guy. How stupid too. Like, does the sister-in-law even like the name? Or does she have a daughter now with a name that she doesn't even like? That's so lame. This comment says not the a-hole. Your sister-in-law sounds deranged and like she actually chose the name for her child to get one up on you. If she knew that you wanted the name and knew everybody else knew, she dug her own grave. Of course you chose a different name for your child. You did the best thing for your child. Just ignore her behavior. It's not worth getting into all this drama. Yeah, and the comment below that one too. Yeah, right. Imagine wielding the name of your own kid as a weapon in a petty ass battle against an in-law. That poor child is being treated like mum's accessory from birth. Yeah, and has the audacity to try and turn it around on OP. That's so pathetic. Yeah, this one too. Did she provide popcorn and soda for this projection she was putting on? Not the a-hole. Grey Rock is the winning move. Good job. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how you've stayed as calm as you have, OP. That's bloody infuriating. But yeah, I suppose she is doing it to piss you off and to cause drama and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's not really worth feeding into it. But yeah, that's so wild. Yeah, and this one too. I'll bet she doesn't even like that name. Joke's on her. And OP said, I truly don't think she does. That's so bad. Like that other comment said, your kid's not an accessory. The comment below OP's comment says, Overtime's sister-in-law is gonna loathe that name, if she doesn't already, because it didn't provide the petty results that she wanted. So that poor kid's gonna be stuck with a name her mother actually hates. And somehow sister-in-law will blame OP for her daughter having a horrible name, in her opinion. Yeah, what's the sister-in-law even doing? Why would you do that? All of this is so immature, it's wild. Yeah, this one too, she's mad because everybody saw through her BS and called her out. She wanted a reaction from you, and you handled the situation with grace and maturity. Her stunt backfired on her. The only person who'll likely suffer from the stunt is her daughter. Now this story will taint her daughter's name for the rest of her life. And OP said, which is truly sad because I'm almost positive sister-in-law doesn't even like the name. I can see it being too different for her taste. Yeah, and also the one below that, her husband just does what she wants. Was he really on board with the name? Yeah, if I were you, OP, I wouldn't go anywhere near this sister-in-law. Imagine using your own child as like a weird petty stunt to get back at somebody or to one-up somebody or whatever they were trying to do. That's sad. And no, you're not the a-hole, OP. Post number 2 is called, Am I the a-hole for kicking my girlfriend out while she recovers from surgery? I'm male 27 and have been with my girlfriend, female 25, for 3.5-ish years. We have a great relationship except for when it comes to money. She's terrible with money, is very impulsive when it comes to spending. A year ago, I sat down with her and discussed our finances, and hers was crap to say the least. I told her that I'd help her get out of the hole she was in if she was willing to sacrifice and do the work. We made a plan and agreed that if she could reduce her spending by a certain amount for 3 months, then she could move in with me at my townhouse and get out of her $4,500 a month lease to save up and pay off her credit card debts. She did it and moved in with me. We agreed that with the $4,500, she'd put $2,000 towards debt and $2,500 would go into a savings account. She's done that for the last 9 months and is almost done paying off her debts. She should now have about $20,000 in her savings. 3 weeks ago, she left with her cousin to visit family. When she came back, she'd gotten a Brazilian butt lift done. She'd spent nearly all of her savings. I was furious over it and I told her to pack up her crap and leave my place. She's since gone and has been blowing up my phone, saying that she should have discussed it with me first and that I'll love it when it's fully healed and all kinds of stuff. She knows that I wouldn't support her doing it, let alone spend that money on it. She's had to take time off work to recover and had to go straight back to using her credit card. She says that if I don't forgive her and take her back, she'll be forced to be where she was financially a year ago. I told her that's none of my business. Am I overreacting and being an a-hole? No, OP, it's not your fault that she went and got a butt lift. That last sentence was so bad. She says that if I don't forgive her and take her back, she'll be forced to be where she was financially a year ago. You haven't forced anything. You didn't make her get a bloody Brazilian butt lift. That's so bad. The top comment says she spent $20,000 on a butt job and is saying that you kicking her out is while she'll be back to her old spending habits. Yeah, okay. And OP said, I know, right? Yeah, I went and done something super stupid and spent all my money. It's your fault. No, it's not. I can't believe she's not thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Are these consequences of my actions? Yeah, and also this one, the comment that says if you don't forgive her, she's going to go back into debt. It really seemed like she planned this and it all depended on you helping her get out of debt, not the a-hole. And OP said, yeah, it feels like it now. And this one says, not the a-hole. I'd be furious too. It's not just about the money. It's about trust and respect in the relationship. You gave her a chance to get out of a financial mess and she was doing great until she made this decision. Spending nearly all of her savings on something like that, especially when she knew that you wouldn't support it, feels like a huge slap in the face. You're not overreacting at all. It's not just about the money. It's the fact that she went behind your back and completely disregarded everything you both agreed on. You're right to set boundaries and protect yourself. She needs to learn that actions have consequences and it's not on you to bail her out again. And OP said, exactly, the money isn't the main issue for me. It's the trust and carelessness for your partner. Yeah, that's not good, OP. Really, really not good. And it's especially bad because it does sound like she expected you to help her out again. Yeah, no, that's super disrespectful, OP. Yeah, and also this comment sounds like you dodged a bullet. She's irresponsible, irrational, a guilt tripper, and a huge financial liability. I'm sorry she put you through this, but I'm glad you stood your ground, not the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for divorcing my wife over a painting? painting. So I, 34 male, got into a huge fight with my wife, 32 female, because she sold a painting that meant the world to me. My childhood best friend, who I consider a brother, recently passed away from cancer. It's been incredibly hard on me. He was an amazing artist and had drawn a beautiful painting for me that I cherished. After his death, I brought the painting home and I hung it in our bedroom. However, my wife has always disliked my friend and said that she hated the painting, calling it ugly, though my friend was a very talented artist. This caused constant arguments between us. She didn't want the painting in the house, let alone in the bedroom. I refused her idea of putting it in the garage. Fast forward to 2 days ago, I came home from work wanting to rest, and I noticed the painting was missing. I asked the maid if she'd moved it, but she said she hadn't. When my wife got home, I asked her about it, and to my shock, she admitted that she sold it to a thrift store. I was furious. She knew how much that painting meant to me, and how it reminded me of my late friend. The argument escalated quick. In a moment of rage, I told her I didn't want it in my house anymore, and that she was divorced. She started crying and promised to get the painting back, but I was fed up and I kicked her out. Her parents' house isn't far away, so I knew that she had somewhere to go. Ever since, her parents have been blowing up my phone with calls and messages, calling me an a-hole for throwing away our marriage over a stupid painting. I came here to vent and get some perspective. Am I the a-hole? No, and it's not about the painting. Edit, a lot of people are asking me about the painting. It was a portrait of me when I was about 5 years old. My wife actually loved the picture, which my mother showed her. It was of me playing in the mud. When I mentioned it to my late friend, he painted it for me. So I don't understand why she hated the painting when she loved the picture. For those suggesting my friend might have been a girl or had done something to her, that's not the case. He wasn't a girl. Some have asked if he was racist or hated women because I mentioned that he wasn't comfortable being alone in a room with a woman. He wasn't like that at all. He was a super respectful and kind person who was nice to everybody. The reason that he was uncomfortable being alone with women was because he was extremely shy. Edit number 2, a lot of people have been asking why I hung the painting in the bedroom instead of any other room. My wife didn't want it in the house at all. It was either the garage, which is dirty, or out of the house entirely. So I didn't have any choice but to put it in the bedroom. Some people suggested that she didn't want a painting of a child where we had sex, but the painting wasn't directly on the wall where she could see it. It was next to our balcony on my side of the bed. The painting isn't that big, 30 by 40 inches, I think. Whoa, that's pretty big, OP. As for why she hated my friend, from what I understand, she was upset that I spent a lot of time with him. This is puzzling to me because we work together at the same company, and after work my friend and I would go to a nearby restaurant. I never cancelled our plans just to hang out with him. However, when he was diagnosed with cancer and admitted to the hospital, I started sleeping there with him because he didn't have any family since he was an orphan. Update, I got the painting back. Turned out it was with her sister all along. I don't know why she lied and told me that she sold it, but I got it back, and I'm not going to be with her anymore. Her parents knew all along about the painting being with her sister. Okay, so assuming that this one is real, not sure if it is, but if it is real, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole, and the reason's not the painting itself, but her. Number 1, not showing respect regarding your wishes. Number 2, selling your property behind your back. It seems like she doesn't care about your feelings, and this behavior is a big red flag. The comment under that says, and number 4, no empathy for his grief. Yeah, and from what OP said, OP would have happily put it somewhere else, but OP's wife said it's either going to go in the garage or out of the house entirely, and then yeah, just takes it without even asking. Yeah, pretty unreasonable. This one too, it seems like your partner was testing the waters thinking that you wouldn't stand up for yourself, and now they're scrambling because you stood up for yourself. Your partner lacks empathy, sympathy, and compassion, at the very least in this situation. Now that they know how serious this is to you, maybe they'll treat you better. I think you can heal from this, but I question, is it a pattern of behavior or just a one-off? It's not just a stupid painting. It's a symbol of your friendship with somebody who's no longer here that you considered a brother. I'm sorry for your loss, that sucks. I hope you get your painting back because it is very meaningful to you. The next one's on the relationship subreddit. My partner, female 25 of 6 years, cheated on me, male 27, with the neighbor. About a month ago, my partner slept with the neighbor. She begged me to forgive her and said she wanted to make things work. Oh my god. On Facebook, the guy that she cheated on me with came up as a suggested friend, his only related friend being my partner. I asked him to remove him off her Facebook and she said no, it's only Facebook, we aren't talking or anything. I gave her the ultimatum of remove him or I'm moving out and getting my own house. She refuses. Am I being the a-hole here or unreasonable? What? Forget Facebook, OP, get the hell out of there. Yeah, the top comment, apparently she doesn't want to make it work enough to stop him. Yeah, and the comment under that, this is so dumb it can't be real. Yeah, surely not real. Maybe though. Forget about Facebook, she's terrible. Yeah, this comment, she f***ed your neighbor and you're drawing the line at Facebook status. Please be a joke post. Yeah, this comment, dude, be gone yesterday. And this one too, I feel like a big part of making it work is removing this guy from her life. Yeah, that would include social media. Yeah, what? I'm so confused. No, it's only Facebook. I'm not gonna unfriend him. It said, no, it's only Facebook. We aren't talking drinking or anything. Yeah, but you're sleeping together. OP, get out of there. This comment says, dude, scrape her off. This one says she's still cheating and gaslighting you. Yeah, don't even think about trying to fix stuff, OP. This is not somebody you stay in a relationship with. Run for the hills, OP. The next one's also on the relationship subreddit. My husband is on thin ice at work and we just bought a house. As the title says, my 27 female husband, 27 male, works as a delivery driver. I have family within the company that have told me that he's been getting in trouble for doing certain things, taking long breaks, driving outside of his route and stopping places he's not supposed to, and leaving early. They've got GPS and cameras in the cars and his boss already talked to him about this and he got written up. He said he'd be better. Went right back to his old habits about a week later. Not to mention he never told me any of it. The only reason I know is because of the family I have within the company. We just bought a house earlier this year. They told me he's being watched at the moment and doing everything they can to avoid letting him go. But today he left work early again when he had a lot of work to do. I don't know what to do. We don't have any kids. We have a lot of debt now with this house. Although I don't need to, I'll work 2 jobs to make sure that we're comfortable and have a backup just in case. But now I see that he's taking advantage of this and is jeopardizing his job. I can't even confront him about this yet. I don't know what to do. The top comment says taking long breaks, driving outside of his route and stopping places that he isn't supposed to, and leaving early. I think you need to prepare yourself for the fact that this might just be the tip of the iceberg. There's a reason that he's doing these things, and while long breaks and leaving early can just be attributed to laziness, driving outside of his route and stopping places that he isn't supposed to sure sounds like he's up to something else. At this point, given how he's not telling you that he's having issues at work, I think you need to be prepared for the fact that places he's not supposed to might mean places to have an affair, gamble, do drugs or something. Despite knowing that he's about to lose his job, despite knowing that there's GPS and cameras in the car, he's still doing it. That suggests that he has a compelling reason. Now maybe it's just self-sabotage and the reason is that he wants to be fired, which is a big enough issue on its own. But the more likely explanation is that there's somewhere else that he wants or needs to be so bad that he's willing to risk everything to get there. You need to talk to him. How you do that and when you do that depends a lot on whether this is new behavior or part of a larger pattern or something. If you've been together for years and he's previously shown fantastic work ethic in other jobs, then approach it from a place of concern. Try to get to the bottom of why he's doing something so uncharacteristic. If he's always struggled to work and you have every reason to think he just doesn't care, then it's probably time to get to the bottom of why you're with somebody like this and whether you want to stay. Yeah, 100%. What's he doing? There's a comment that says choose your words carefully, but tell him that everybody, including you, knows what he's been up to, and unless he wants to be homeless and wifeless, he needs to get his shit together immediately. Somebody said, wild question, did your family help him get this job? And OP said, yeah, they did. I feel like he's been so ungrateful for everything ever since. This one says, why can't you confront him? That's what you should do. Tell him everything. And then if he doesn't knock it off and start acting like an adult, he's looking to be single soon because he's clearly not mature enough to be married. Yeah, you have to talk to him, OP. And yeah, good luck with that, OP. And yeah, that's enough for today. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today and let me know down below if you did. I've got a wholesome meme to show you before we go. Anytime I see somebody online say something about how all traditionally manly traits today are considered toxic, I point them to Aragorn. He supports and encourages women. He's the first to support and protect those weaker than himself. He wields authority and respect without cruelty. Even with all the birthright in the world, he understands and displays humility. And nobody questions his manliness. He's the definitive anti-toxic man. Yeah, that's so true. There are so many good role models in Lord of the Rings. So beautiful and a good place to end today's episode. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And the comment of the day, goes to Dita. The only consolation I ever have with these is that it could be fake. Oh my god, yeah, tell me about it. That's why I say that all the time too. Like, I really hope this one's fake because yeah, it's the only consolation I ever have with these too. Like, please don't be real. That's horrifying. And the more you imagine they are real, the more terrifying it gets. Thank you for commenting that. I definitely feel the same. And thank you for the support, everybody. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!